Welcome to another Fantasy Goodfellas video where we talk about the top trends for running backs in week 8. And we're looking at who's getting hot and who's getting cold. You ready?
Those Fantasy Goodfellas.
Boom, boom, boom. Rolling on the field.
Those Fantasy Goodfellas.
All right, I don't want to be all up in the videos. I want to just focus on the stats so that way we can see who's trending up, who's getting hot, and who's trending down, who's getting cold. So the first running back I want to talk about is obviously Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs had an amazing week, 136 rushing yards, 2 rushing TDs to go with 3 catches for 82 yards. Now, that is one heck of a week. Now, I'm not going to bore you going through each player, but I will show you the top 10 running backs with the results and the points. That's good. That's good. But that's still not the stat we're looking at. What we want to look about is who's trending hot and who's getting cold. Now, Rico Dowdle had an off week, but he's been trending. So if you look at it, yeah, he was ranked 19th in week 7, but let's look at how he's been faring. He was the top running back in week 5, 6, and 7, 19th. And you compare that with the 3 games he played before then, and he was trending and getting hot. Some other ones, Woody Marks. Let's take a look at Woody Marks. What did he do? Well, he had a receiving touchdown, got 20 yards in the air, 15 on the ground. What'd that look like? Well, if you take the last 3 games he's played and then compared it to the other 3 games, you can tell that he was trending up. So let's go back. So these are all players, and Vidal, you know, he had an off game. So a lot of times when you look at this, you can't just base everything on one game. So let's look at what he was doing compared to these other weeks. He still was trending, because it always compares to what you're doing to the last 3 games you played. So that's what that looked like. So yeah, he had an off game, but he's still trending. Rachaad White trending up because he's getting some stats. Kenneth Gainwell, you know, here's a player that was expected to have a good week 7, failed, but because of how he's trending, he took these week 7, week 6, plus week 4, and that's his points. And you can see how he'd be trending up still. So pay attention. We're not giving up on Gainwell just yet. So if we look at some more players. So these are all players that are getting hot. Scattaboo. Now, Kyren Williams had an off game, but he is still trending up. 54 rushing yards, 11 receiving yards here. He hasn't had a week off yet. So if you look at the TDs, those TDs is what's really pushing him, and you can tell that the last 3 weeks compared to the 3 weeks before, and he's still trending up. So I like to look at the trending players and see how they're doing. And we're going to look at this last list here. Oh, I want to check out Ramondre Stevenson. He is doing well because he's getting into the end zone. So let's look at his chart. That's his rushing yards. He's not a baller. He's not getting a lot of yards. It's the TDs. So now that he's getting into the end zone, now you can see that with that week 5, week 7 getting into the end zone, it really makes a big difference. He's still trending up compared to the weeks before. Now we're going to go back, and now we're going to look at just this last list here. Chase Brown had a good game, so he's trending up now. Javonte Williams is trending back up. Breece Hall trended up slightly compared to what he's been doing. Kareem Hunt, you know, that offense is warming up, so I liked what they got going on there. So these are all the players that are trending up. Take a look at this, kind of remember it, take a screenshot if you want. Now we're going to go back and look at the players who are trending down. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch it to trending down, and we'll go through this list together. Travis Etienne trending down. Kenneth Walker trending down. Bashul Tutin So look, why is he trending down? 22 rushing yards, not cutting it. And he was getting some more stats, and that was his fantasy points. I don't think he had some TDs. That's what kind of pushed him. So let's go back now and look. Let's go back again. Now we're just going to look at this top list. These are all players that are trending. David Montgomery surprisingly is trending down. Dobbins, J.K. Dobbins trending down. Trayvon Henderson trending down. Raheem Mostert trending down. Remember, keep in mind this does not account for player injuries as well, so we are not taking that into consideration. Let's look at 11 through 20 players who are trending down. Chuba Hubbard trending down. Saquon Barkley trending down. Miller trending down. Let's kind of go back here. That's kind of Tony Pollard, even though he had a bounce back game. Kind of. Let's look at what he's done. 18 rushing yards, 43 receiving yards. He's kind of been trending down even just by looking at this graph. There's his TDs, and that's his fantasy points. Take the last 3 games compared to the 3 games before, and you can tell big difference. Now let's go back. Anybody else that is sticking out? Let's go through our last 10. And here we go. Jeremy McNichols trending down. Nick Chubb trending down. Chris Rodriguez trending down. And that kind of rounds out the players who are trending down. And so that is your screenshot. Let's take a look at the players that are trending up. It gives you a nice list. You can take a look at this. And we'll take a look at the trending down, and you can see which players are trending down and which are not. And that is going to do it for the top running back trends for week 8. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our video. And like always, good luck on this week's fantasy football.